Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy, Wayne. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use the new Pixel 8 and 8 Pro for beginners. This will be a full beginner's walkthrough. I'm going to show you everything you'll need to know to operate this phone, starting with how to navigate the phone, how to find your apps, how to download apps, how to set up your email, how to take pictures, how to answer calls, how to send text messages, how to make your font size larger on the phone, how to set up your fingerprint sensor, and I'm going to show you some other really helpful settings you'll want to change to make it easier for you to use the phone. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end of the video so you don't miss any important tips. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to press the power button on the right side here. We're going to turn the screen off, and I'm going to start with just a walkthrough of the outside buttons of the phone. So the left side of the phone, you won't find any buttons at all. On the right side, you'll find your power button / your sleep button, and then your volume up and your volume down. No buttons at the top. At the bottom of the phone, you'll find your charging port. Now, this is a Type-C charging port, so if you ever need to buy a new charger, you'll need to look for a Type-C charging connector. Now, I'll have a few recommendations in the shopping cart right here of some wall chargers. Obviously, this phone comes with the cable, but it does not come with the Type-C wall charger. So check out that shopping cart to find some great recommendations for fast wall chargers for this phone. Now, to wake up the phone, you'll simply tap the screen and you'll just want to swipe on the screen. Basically, take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag it across the screen, and that's how you wake up the phone. So right now we're on the main screen, and I want to show you the first settings tweak you'll want to make it a bit easier to navigate the phone. Now, the phone is going to start in what is called gesture mode, so you won't see the traditional Android buttons at the bottom of the screen for those of you that have had Android phones in the past. So if you'd like to get those traditional buttons at the bottom here where you had home and back button and recent apps, you'll want to go to the settings. So swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. You'll always have a shortcut to your settings menu in the bottom right corner of your screen here. Once you swipe down twice, we're going to tap on the settings wheel, and you want to go down to display. From here, you're going to swipe up and tap on navigation mode, and you want to switch it from gesture navigation to 3-button navigation. By tapping this, it will bring back the traditional home buttons. And again, for those of you that have used older Android phones, I'm sure you're more used to using and navigating the phone with these buttons. This will make it a bit easier to use the phone. So let's hit the home button, and now we have our traditional buttons right there. Now, let's talk about how to navigate the phone. So we're going to start with this little home button in the center. Now, this button just simply takes you back to this screen, which is called the home screen. So if I were to open up, for example, Google Chrome, which is your web browser, how you browse the internet. If I open this app here, and let's say I go to YouTube or Amazon or any other app, and I'm finished and I want to come back to the main screen, I'm simply going to tap on that home button, and that's going to take me right back to this screen. So no matter what you're doing, even if you swipe over, by tapping that button, it's always going to take you back to the home screen. Now, next, let's talk about this button to the right, which is called your recent apps button. So whenever you open one of these little icons, now, quick explanation. So these little icons are called apps. Apps is short for application. Think of it like how computers have programs. Phones have apps, or applications, or apps for short. So whenever you hear me reference the term apps, I'm just referring to applications. And remember, think of it like computers. Computers have programs, phones have applications, and for short, they're apps. So whenever you open one of these little apps, when you hit the home button and you go back to the main screen, that app is still running in the background of the phone. So when you tap on this recent apps button, it'll show you all of the programs that are currently running on the phone. And these are programs that I've opened previously to do something, and then I just never closed it. So if I want to close it, I'm just going to swipe up, and that's how I close the program. Same thing with this program. I'm going to swipe up. That's going to close it. Swipe up. That's going to close it. Now I want to draw attention to one important thing that some of you might end up looking for later, which is taking a screenshot. Now if you want to take a screenshot of, let's say, this Google Chrome page, when you hit the recent apps button at the bottom of the screen, there will be a screenshot option that you can tap, and that will allow you to take a picture of that screen and it'll save right to your Google Photos. So let's say I wanted to get a screenshot of this section at the bottom here. I just want to scroll right up to the section I want the picture of. I'm going to hit that recent apps button, tap screenshot, and it's going to save it as a picture. So that's just a small tip for you to know. Good thing for you to know. Every now and then there's something you want to screenshot. That's how you do it. Okay, so we've gone over home button, recent apps. Next, let's go over the back button. Now, let's say the best way to describe what this button does is, let's go to our settings app right here. And this just is where you'll find all the different settings on the phone. Let's say I'm in the settings here and I go to display, and now I go to colors. So I'm deep in the menu. I've gone through a few pages and now I want to go back one page. I can either tap this back button in the upper left corner, or I can tap the back button at the bottom right here. This will take me back one page or one screen. If I tap it again, it'll take me back again to the main page of the settings. And if I tap it again, it's going to take me out of this app and to the home screen. Oh, actually no, it's going to keep taking me back. So essentially, it always is going to take you back one move, one step. So it's an easy way. Once you have made a change on the phone, this just will take you back and out of whatever that change was. Okay? Now, while we're in the settings, this is another great point to pause and show you another setting change that you should make to improve your experience with the phone. And that is going to display, going to screen timeout, and changing it from 30 seconds to either 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Making this change will keep your screen on longer, so you don't have to touch the screen every 30 seconds to keep it from going dim. So I love to change it to at least 2 minutes, just so that my screen is always on. And as a bonus, you can turn on this feature called screen attention. And basically this will use the camera of the phone to check to see if you're looking at the screen. And it basically says prevent your screen from turning off if you're looking at it. So if you're reading something on the screen, guess what? The screen will stay on. It'll stay on even longer than this 2 minutes, because the camera is going to check to see if you're actually looking at the phone. And if you're looking at it, the screen is going to simply stay on until you stop looking at it. So this is another great feature to enable that you won't have to worry as much about touching the screen and it going dim. Okay, so guess what? We made our tweak to the settings. We're now going to use that back button I just talked about, and we're going to go back one screen. And if we tap it again, now we'll be back to the main page of the settings app. Now guess what? I want to go home, back to the main screen. I'm going to press pop quiz. What button? That's right, the home button right here. And that's going to take us back to the home screen. So these are the main 3 buttons you'll need to know about in terms of navigating the phone. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what is called the notification panel. And the notification panel can be accessed by simply swiping from the top of the screen down, just like this. You can actually swipe from any part of the screen down, just like this, and it's going to bring up your notification panel. Now, in this section, you're going to get different notifications from all the apps that are installed on the phone. The most important ones you'll need to know about are if someone sends you a text message or an email, or you have another app like a WhatsApp or a Facebook Messenger. Any type of message that is coming through one of those applications or apps is going to pop up in this section, and you can simply tap on that notification to read the full message and respond. Now, you'll also see other notifications. For example, Amazon Shopping is sending me messages that I can read, or I can simply swipe to the right to get rid of. You'll also see that I have an alert from YouTube recommending a video that I can either tap to watch, or I can swipe to the right to get rid of. So that's all this section does. It just keeps you up to date with any new information that is coming out with the apps you have on your phone. Okay. Now at the top of the screen here, you'll find what are called your switches. Now these switches control different settings on the phone. What they've done is they've tried to find what are the main settings that people tend to have to interact with most, and that's what you can access in this top section. Now right now we only see 4, but if I swipe down like this a second time, I'll now have more settings that I can interact with. So now I have my airplane mode, which is if you get on a plane, you'll simply swipe down twice to get to this setting. And I can then tap on airplane mode to enable that feature. So it just makes it easier for you to get to those important settings. Hey, you just got home, the house is dark, you want to use your phone as a flashlight. I'm going to tap on my flashlight button here, and now my phone is going to use my flash as a flashlight to help me navigate a dark room. So there are a lot of different settings in here that are available. 2 of the most important ones that you'll be using probably immediately. One is going to be Wi-Fi. So if you like to connect to a Wi-Fi network, you'll need to tap where it says Internet, and there's a little arrow to the right here that's it's pretty small, but if you tap on that arrow, it'll take you to the Internet section, and here I can turn on my Wi-Fi just by enabling this. And then it's going to do a search to show me all the available Wi-Fi networks. So if you would like to connect to your home Wi-Fi, or maybe you're at a coffee shop, or maybe you're at a restaurant, or maybe you're just out trying to find a public network, you can look for that network here, tap on the network, and then a pop-up will appear and ask you to enter the password for that network so you can connect to it. So it's that easy to connect to Wi-Fi. It all happens through your notification panel. Now pop quiz, do you remember how to get to that notification panel? That's right, you simply swipe down. So you want to be on the home screen of the phone. You'll swipe down anywhere on the screen, and then for the second swipe to get to the extra switches, you'll want to start at the top of the screen and swipe down. And that'll show you all the different switches that are available. And then you can tap on this little arrow, excuse me, to get to the Wi-Fi section and connect to a network. You'll want to make sure this is enabled so that your phone is searching for any Wi-Fi networks that are available. And similarly, if you want to connect to a Bluetooth device, like, hey, I got this cool Bluetooth speaker right here, which you'll also find available in the YouTube shopping cart right here. You can simply make sure your Bluetooth button is turned on. Now, if you look at this, if the button is grayed out like this, it means the setting is turned off. But if it's lit up in blue like this, it means that it's turned on. So now I want to get to the Bluetooth section so I can connect and use my Bluetooth device. I'm going to take my finger and press down and hold. And that's going to bring up the Bluetooth menu, where I can then tap on the pair new device, and then we'll begin to look for all the available Bluetooth devices that are around me. So it's just that easy to connect to a Bluetooth device. Now, like the speaker here, all I would need to do is simply turn the speaker on and hold down on the Bluetooth button, and that would put it in the pairing mode, and then it would show up on the screen. So those are just a few examples of interacting with the switches at the top of the screen here to make changes to different things in the phone. Now guess what? I can swipe left and there's another set of switches here. For example, your battery saver mode, that's a great one to know about. Now if I swipe left again, there are a few more options that are available. So you have a lot of cool options. You have a voice recorder shortcut. You have live transcribe as well. So definitely play around with this section to see all the different switches that are available. Real quick, I want to share the charging station I use for all my phones. You can charge your phone in the front and in the back. You can charge your Pixel Buds or any other Type-C headphones. At night, I just pop my phone on, pop my earbuds in the back, and I know when I wake up in the morning, all my devices will be charged and ready to go. So if you like this one, check it out in the shopping cart right here to get one for yourself. Now let's move into the next section of the video where we're going to talk about how to get to your apps, how to download apps, and just a basic walkthrough of what that process looks like. And hey, just as a quick note, if you found the video helpful so far, stop and bump that like button down below. Definitely appreciate your support. And again, it's going to help share this video out to a lot more people. All right. So to get to the section that has all of your apps, all you'll need to do is swipe up. Okay. Now remember, to bring up the notification panel, we swiped down. To bring up our what is called our app drawer, we're going to swipe up, and this is going to take us to the list of every single app that is installed on your phone. And here you can select any one of the apps to open them and use them. And if you'd like to download a new app, you're going to tap on this app, which is called the Play Store. The Play Store is where you download anything you would need for the phone. So apps, you can download games, you can download books. There's a large variety. It's a big store that has many different things that you're available to use with the phone. Now, for some of you, when you tapped on that play button, it didn't take you to this screen. And if you don't see what I see on your screen, it means that you may not have signed into a Google account yet. And in that case, you'll see a pop-up on the screen that will say, please sign into your Google account. If you have a Gmail, simply enter your information to sign in. If you don't, you should see a button in the left corner that's going to say create a Google account, and you'll simply tap on that button. It'll take you about 2 minutes, and you can create a Google account that you can then use to access the store. You have to be signed into a Google account in order to access the store. So just small disclaimer for anyone who is not seeing what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so navigating the store is fairly easy. You'll find some tabs at the bottom here to jump to different categories. So games, apps, books. And then here's another row of sections. So for you, top charts, other devices, kids. So you can go through all these sections if you want to just look around to see what type of apps are available and find cool apps that you might like. The other option is you might have come here and said, hey, there's a specific app that I want. I already know the name. I just need to search for it and download it. In that case, you'll want to start at the top of the screen where it says search apps and games. You can either tap in this box to bring up your keyboard and begin searching for that app. So for example, I could type in Uber, and then I can hit the magnifying glass in the bottom right corner to search for the Uber app. And I've just found Uber. It's right here. I'm going to tap on this blue install button. And just that easy, it's going to start downloading Uber right to the phone. So super easy. Now, one important note is that if this button next to the app is not blue, or basically if it doesn't say install, if instead you see a price in that box, that is the store telling you that that is not a free app. It is a paid app. So I just want you to be aware of that. If you ever see a price, you need to be prepared to pay for that app. However, if it is free, it'll just say install. Then you'll tap it and it'll begin to download the app on the phone and it will install it for you. Okay? Now, here is a shortcut to do what we just did, but much faster. So let's say this time I want to download Instacart because I want to order groceries and have them delivered to my house. Instead of tapping in this box at the top, I'm going to tap on this microphone in the upper right corner, and I'm just going to say the name of the app that I want to download. So in this case, Instacart. So now we're using voice to text, or voice search. So we simply tap the microphone. We set the app we wanted. Instacart came up. I'm going to tap install. And just that easy, I found the app I want and it's installing on the phone. Now, I'm going to tap the home button to get back to our main screen. And then I'm going to swipe up because that app, once it downloads to the phone, it's going to show up in alphabetical order in my app section. And here is our Instacart app we just downloaded. And if I swipe up, here is our Uber app that we just downloaded. So this is where you can find the app after you have downloaded it to the phone. That is the entire process of downloading an app. The same thing works if you want to download a game. Maybe you want a slot machine game or a solitaire game. You would go right back to the Play Store, tap the microphone, say the name solitaire, or type it in the search, find one that you like, tap on it, download it, and that's it. So that is downloading apps. Okay, let's move on to the next section and talk about how to make a call and how to answer the phone when a call comes through. So we're going to tap on the phone application, and you want to tap on this little button here. This is called the dialer. It's going to bring up your keypad and allow you to type in a phone number that you'd like to call. So if you just want to make a call, you tap on that dialer and then you enter the phone number. So I'm going to enter a phone number, and then I'm going to tap on the green button to initiate a call. Now before I initiate the call, I just want to point out another important tip, which is if I wanted to save this number in my phone to make it easier for me to call that person next time, before I hit call, I've just typed in the number. I can tap on these options at the top to create a contact and save it in my phone. I can add it to an existing contact, or I can send that number a text message by tapping on the send a message button. So you have a few options that come up, and these are just other ways you can interact with that phone number aside from calling the number. Okay? So the number is entered. I'd like to initiate this call. I have my area code, my phone number. I'm going to tap my green call button. If I'd like to put it on speaker, I can simply tap on the speaker button here. If I'd like to mute the call, I can obviously mute it here. And I can continue to hear the call, but they can't hear what I'm saying. And if I'd like to add a number to this call, I can tap on this more button here, and I can tap add a call. When you are finished with that call and you want to end it, simply tap on the red button and that will end the call. It's that simple if you'd like to make a phone call. Okay, now let's look at what it looks like when a call comes through, and let's talk about how to answer that call. So I'm going to initiate a call. I want you to see what it looks like on the screen. It's going to show up as a pop-up. A call is coming through. And you'll simply tap on the green button to answer the phone, or you'll tap the red button to decline the call. Now, if I tap on this notification, I can see a bigger view of that pop-up. And in this case, I would take my finger and I would drag up to answer, or I would take my finger and drag down to decline the call. So because I dragged down, it declined the call and the call is ended. I want to show that one more time just so you can see what that looks like. So again, you'll see that call as a pop-up at the top of the screen. Tap the green button to answer, red to decline. If I tap on it, my interaction is going to be a little different. I'm going to drag up to answer, drag down to decline. Another option is tapping on the message pop-up right here. And you can simply use a pre-recorded response to text that person and tell them, hey, I'll call you later. No problem. That's going to send them a message and it's going to decline the call. That way the person knows, hey, you declined the call, but you sent a message right back saying, hey, I can't talk now. I'll call you later. So it's just that easy to interact when a call comes through. Okay, let's move on now to how to send and receive text messages. So at the bottom of your screen, you'll see this little icon. This is your messages icon. You're going to tap on that. And anytime someone sends you a text message, it will show up in this section. I have a couple of old messages that are already in the phone here. I'm going to just tap on this first one. And here I can see the different messages that have come through. Super easy there. I'm going to use my back button to jump out of the message and go back to the main screen of the Messages app. Now, if I want to send a message, or really quickly, you'll notice that some of the messages are in normal text and some are in bold. Whenever you see bold, that means that it is a message that has not been opened yet. So this is a way to distinguish between new messages and older messages that you've already seen. Now, In the bottom right corner, you'll see a button that says Start Chat, and this is how you start a new message. So if I want to text someone, I can either enter their name if I've already saved their contact in the phone, or I can tap in the bottom left corner of my keyboard here on the 1, 2, 3. That's going to bring up my numbers, and I can enter the phone number that I'd like to send the message to. And let's just enter this phone number here. And now that I've put the whole number in, I can tap Send To and that number, and it will add that number in, and it'll start a message for that person. Now, it's already going to tee up my message, so where it says text message, you'll see a little flashing cursor, and I can simply start typing my message. Hi, how are you? And then I can use this button. This is your send button that's going to send that message. Now, one thing you'll notice right on this message line, you'll have an emoji button that you can tap to enter an emoji to send to someone, and then hit your send button. You'll also see a little microphone right here. If you hold down this microphone and then you talk, it will begin to record a voice message that you can send through text. So that few seconds of me talking, it's going to seal it into a voice memo. I can play it before I send it. And then you talk, it will begin to record a voice message. Now, if I hit send, it's going to send that person that little voice message, and they can tap in, just listen to it. Sometimes it's easier to communicate by sending someone a voice message than typing out a full message. You have another option as well. On your keyboard, you will see this microphone, which is different. When you tap on that microphone, it's going to type whatever you say. Kind of like what I showed you in the Play Store. It's like that. You tap the microphone, you say what you want it to type, and it will add it into the message, just like this. Good morning, Cheryl. I hope you have a great day today. Give me a call when you have a minute. Thank you. When you're done, simply tap on the microphone so it'll stop listening. It grabbed a few extra words, so I'm just going to remove those words like that. And then I'm going to tap on this little arrow to send that message. So those are a few different ways you can interact with a text message. Now, there is a plus to the left here, to the left of the message. And here you can attach different things to your message. So you can tap the gallery button to then find a picture that you would like to attach. Let's grab a good picture. I have a couple of good ones in here. So let's say I want to attach this picture. I'm just going to tap on it. I'm going to tap this awesome burger. And then I'm going to tap my send button right here. And that's going to send those two pictures in the message. So that's one way to send a picture. If I hit that plus, I can also tap on GIFs. And then I can look through and find one of those cool funny GIFs to attach as well. I'm going to tap on this one and then hit the send button again. And now I just sent a funny GIF in response to the person's message. So these are just ways you'll attach different things and send them via text message. All right. You do also have some options at the top here. If I tap on the camera, it's going to initiate a Google Meet call, and that'll basically be a video chat with that person. If I tap on the phone, it will just initiate a normal voice call to that person. All right. Now, when I'm finished saying this message, I'm going to hit my back button to back out of that message and get back to the main screen of my text messages app. And at this point, I can then start a new chat with someone else, or I can choose to open another message and read it. And when you're finished and you're all done with that message, you can simply leave it there to reference later, or you can swipe to the right to archive the message, and it will then basically move it off of your messages screen. All right. So that's a brief overview of how to send and receive text messages in the Messages app. Let's hit the home button, and now let's move on to email. let's talk about how to sign into your email accounts on the phone. Now, currently on this phone, I already have some email accounts signed in. I just want to start with saying that, but I'm going to show you how to add a new email account. And then I want to show you how to toggle between different email accounts if you have more than one on the phone. So let's swipe up, go to our app section or app drawer, and we're going to look for the Gmail icon and tap on Gmail. Now right now I'm already in an email account that I have set up, but if I want to add a new email account, I'm going to go to the upper right corner and tap on this little icon to the right here, and I want to come down and I want to tap add new account. Now for those of you that don't have any Google account on your phone, when you go to the Gmail app for the first time, this is what you will see. It'll simply say set up email, and you can select the different email account type that you have. If you have a Gmail or a Google, you'll tap on Google. If you have an Outlook or Hotmail or Live, you'll tap here. If you have a Yahoo, you tap here. And if you have an Exchange or Office 360, you tap here. Now, one disclaimer is that if you don't see your email type here listed, I'm going to recommend a different route that you take to sign into that email. You might have an at AOL.com. You might have an at spcglobal.net. Any one of these other email types, I don't recommend you using the Gmail app for it because it's a bit harder to sign in and it's more work. And I want to try to simplify this so that you can do everything I'm showing you in the video at home on your phone. So if you do have a different email type that you don't see listed here, no problem. We're going to hit the home button. We're going to swipe up, go back to the Play Store right here. I'm going to hit my back button to back out of my search for Instacart. And I'm going to tap at the top here. And first I want to erase Uber out of the search. And what you'll want to do is in the bottom left corner of your keyboard, tap on the numbers, tap on the @ symbol, and then whatever your at the end of your email address is, that's what you want to type in. So now I'm going to tap on the ABC to get back to my letters, and I'm going to type in AOL.com. And then I'm going to hit the search, the magnifying glass in the bottom right corner. And this is going to bring up all of the compatible apps that will work with my AOL.com email. In this case, I'd want to download the AOL app. I'm going to tap on that blue install button and download that to the phone. Now while that downloads, I'm going to come back to the top here and tap on AOL.com. I'm going to erase that. And this time I'm going to type in sbcglobal.net. And then I'm going to do a search for that. And now this is showing me these are all of the email apps that are going to be compatible. So in this case, I would just tap on the Yahoo app and tap the blue install button. So this is the workaround to sign into those email accounts that are not listed in the Gmail app. Now, let's go to the home screen, swipe up. Now, if I want to sign into my AOL, I'm simply going to go to the AOL app. I'm going to come to the bottom right corner, hit more, and I'm going to try to sign into that account, and that was not the right option. So let's try inbox. There we go. Tapping on inbox took us right to this screen where we can then enter our AOL email address, hit next, and then go to our password. If you don't remember it, tap on the forgot username, just that easy, and that'll help you to reset the password. Okay, I'm going to hit the home button. I'm going to go back to the Gmail app, and I want to just show you how to navigate between multiple Gmail apps, or excuse me, multiple Gmail email addresses. So in the upper right corner, tap on the little icon, and here I have different email accounts that I'm signed into. So right now I'm signed into this H2Tech@gmail.com. If I'd like to sign into my other email, which is techmadeeasynow@gmail.com, I'm going to tap on that email account. And just that easy, I can jump back and forth between those email accounts. and see all the new emails. Obviously the ones in bold are the ones I haven't opened yet. The ones that are not bold are ones I've already seen. I can simply tap on one to begin reading it. And when I'm finished, I can either reply by hitting this arrow in the upper right corner, this arrow to reply, type my message, and then hit the send button up here. Or I can hit the trash can button to delete that message once it's all done. So that's a brief overview of email on the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. Really how to sign in and how to begin to check your accounts. Now next, let's move into how to make your font size larger in the event you need things to be a bit bigger so you can read what's on the screen. So we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. In the bottom right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, I'm going to go up to display, and then I'm going to go to display size and text. From here, I'm going to hit this plus to make the font size larger. So here you can see the size of the text is getting larger under the apps. It's also making the size of this font larger. So that's one way to increase the size. You can also increase the display size like this. And this is making more of the icons larger. So you have these two different options that are going to help you in just seeing things larger if that's what you need to do. So play around with those settings. That's going to help you to see the text a bit clearer and larger if that's what you need. And that's it. Let's hit the home button. And next we're going to go over how to secure your phone by basically putting a password on it and then setting up your fingerprint sensor. So we're going to go back to the settings, swipe down again. Oh, actually, pop quiz, what's one other way I could get back to the settings menu without going the normal route? So that's right, we can use the recent apps button because we just opened our settings. We can just recent apps, here's our settings. I'm going to tap here, and I'm just going to use the back button to back out of that part of the settings. And now I just need to simply go to the other setting, which is called security and privacy. And here I can go to device unlock. And I would like to change this from a swipe to a pin. This is where you have different options. You can change it to a pattern, a pin, or a password, depending on how secure you want it to be and how elaborate you want it. I'm just going to make it a pin. I'm going to make it 0000, hit next, and then 0000, hit confirm. And just that easy, I've just programmed a 4-digit combination for unlocking the phone. Now I'm going to basically tap the power button to put the phone asleep. I'm going to wake it up. And from here, I'm just going to swipe. And now it's going to ask me to enter my PIN code first before I can get into the phone. I'm going to enter the 4 zeros, hit the arrow, and that easy, now the device is unlocked. So now I need to put in a code every time I need to unlock the phone, or I can program a fingerprint to unlock it with my fingerprint. So it's going to ask you to use that code first before we program it, no problem, 4 zeros. And now we're going to tap on fingerprint unlock, hit more, hit I agree, hit start. And now I want to hold the phone and I want to try to place my thumb. I'm going to use my thumb as the first finger I program. And I'm just going to place it on and off of this button. I'm just lifting, put it down, lift, put it down, lift, because the phone is trying to learn your fingerprint so that you don't have to be perfect in how you touch the sensor in order for it to unlock the phone. I'm slightly shifting my finger every time I lift and drop it, just so that it can learn a different part of my finger. And you can see that took less than a minute for me to program my thumb. Now, one recommendation I have is always program multiple fingers, because for whatever reason, one of your hands could be oily, greasy, and it could make it hard for you to unlock the phone. But if you have a finger on another hand programmed, then you're covered. So hit add more to add another fingerprint. If not, we're going to hit done now, and you can always come back later and hit add fingerprint to add another one. So now if I turn the phone off, turn it back on, I can use my fingerprint right over this little lock to unlock the phone. Oh, there's one other setting we'll need to enable, I just remembered. Okay, so let's go back to face and fingerprint unlock. And you'll need to enable this feature, which is unlock your phone using face or fingerprint. So we're going to enable that. Now, if we lock the phone, unlock it, take your finger, press down. Now I can unlock it that easy using my fingerprint. And that's how you program the fingerprint sensor. Okay, next let's go over how to use the camera and just some basic things you'll need to know. So we're gonna swipe up, find our camera icon here. That's one way. Another way is simply tapping the power button 2 times. This is a shortcut to automatically launch the camera. Power button 2 times, click, click, takes you right to the camera. Now, again, the Pixel camera is always very intuitive, and it really makes a lot of the adjustments for you, so you don't have to do much. To take the picture, you're going to tap on the white circle or the white dot. Now, at the bottom here, you're going to see a camera and a camcorder. If I tap on the little camcorder, it's going to switch to video mode, and now my circle has moved into a small dot. If I want to take a video, I'm just going to tap on the dot. I'm going to now see the red, and that's how I know I'm recording. And I can then bring it up and I can start recording what's going on in the background of my screen here. Here we go. Now while you're recording your video, if you tap on this little white dot to the right, it will begin to snap pictures for you. So that's just another thing you can do. When you're all done, tap on the red button to stop the recording. And now if you'd like to see what you just recorded, you'll tap on this little bubble to the left, and this will take you right to what you just shot. So we just shot the video. Let's tap the play button. Now see the red. That's how I know you'll hear me talking. Let's turn that down. And here's my little Wally character. Then it's going to flash over to the speaker. So that's my video. I can swipe to the right to get back to the camera. That's a quick shortcut. Now if I go back here again and I swipe to the left, I can see the pictures that I took. I took a few snap pictures, and I can swipe through and just see those came out nice and clear. So that's a super brief rundown of how to navigate the camera. Now if I hit the home button, I want to swipe up and take you to Google Photos, because this is where you can find every picture that you've taken with the phone. So I just took those 5 pictures. They're right here, and I can make additional modifications from this section. So I can share this out, send it to someone via email or text. I can tap the edit button and then begin to make changes with the picture. I can get suggestions. I can delete it, or I can use Lens to try to read any information that's on the picture. So those are really the main things you need to know in terms of interacting with the camera, the basics. Now next, I want to show you how to toggle through the sound settings. So if you want to, for example, put the phone on vibrate or silent, this is how you do it. You'll need to tap on the volume up or volume down, and it's going to happen fast. So I just want to prepare you that when I tap the volume button, it's going to bring up a little menu, and you have to tap it quickly, or it's going to bring up a little menu that you have to tap quickly, or it's going to go away. So just be prepared for that. So watch this. Volume up or volume down, tap, and then you can drag this little meter up to control the volume of the phone. This is the icon that's going to control silent. And see, again, it goes away literally within a couple of seconds. So let's show you one more time. Volume up. If I tap this, I can switch to vibrate. I can switch to full sound, or I can switch to silent mode. That's how you toggle between the different sound settings. and then come down to these three dots at the bottom. We tap on those three dots under that little volume bar. It'll show you the breakdown of all the different volume settings, and you can tweak each one individually. So media volume is playing music, playing videos. Call volume is obviously when you are on the phone, how loud the call comes to the speaker. The ring volume is how loud it's going to ring. Notification is the sound of all the things coming through the phone. And alarm volume. So this, you can control all these settings individually by dragging up and down. That's how you control the different sound settings on the phone. And that is it. We have reached the end of our video. I know this was a long video, but the goal of this beginner series, whenever we make these videos, is to just educate a first-time user on all the things that you would need to know to really get you up to speed with using the phone. So I hope you guys found a lot of value out of this video. If you did, please bump that like button. Leave me a comment as well and let me know if the video was helpful. So we use that feedback to just help influence future videos. So if there's something I didn't cover that you'd like to know about this phone, simply drop in the comment section down below and I'll try to answer your comment, or if there's enough feedback, we'll make a part 2 of this video. So thank you to Google for sending us the phone and allowing us to continue to create this content to just educate people on how to use these phones. Pixel devices are really amazing. You can do so much. And, you know, if you have one at home, you're a part of a great team, which is called Team Pixel, and just having the latest and greatest devices that are available. So anyway, I also have a link below to this cool Bluetooth speaker that will be also in the YouTube shopping cart right here. So if you're in the market for a new Bluetooth speaker, definitely check out this in the shopping cart. I also have that wall charger I mentioned as well. That'll just be, will go with the cable you got in the box to make sure you can charge the phone properly. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.